Blarla. Hello peeps and welcome back to MySims. This is Blarla and today this is actually going to be an episode of MySims Extra. Yes, in MySims Extra we do other things from the norm, and today we are going to decorate Blarla's bedroom. Yes, we are. So we've done the kitchen and dining space and we've done the bathroom. But today we want to do this room. Yes, we do. So I've been giving a little bit of thought, and we are going to have a chest of drawers, and we're going to have a mirror, and obviously we're going to have a bed, but we don't want them to be as standard and as boring as these ones. And I think Blarla would like a larger bed, and then maybe, decorate it a different colour. This carpet isn't very nice, is it? What an unpleasant carpet. So I think what we will do is we will start with the bed, for I know that I rather like sleigh beds. And so we're going to try our best to recreate a sleigh bed sort of look within MySims. We'll need all the luck we can get with that one, and we're going to try and make it into a bit of a double bed type feature. And what else? Oh, and I am going to be keen to have sort of this dark wood look. Yes, indeed. Let's head to the workshop. So, let's see what we have in the way of blueprints, shall we? So we want to create a new item. Bed canopy, bed classic, bed designer, Jenny. Now, which one shall we start with? I mean, at this point, we don't even have all the blueprints yet, but I'm fairly sure that nobody ends up giving you a sleigh bed. That would just be too simple. I think what we will do is we'll go for bed designer. Designer? Or shall we go? No, I think we'll go with classic. That was the bed that Chef Gino gave us. And it has quite a nice header and footer on it, which might just help me with measurements of how tall I'm going to want those things. Here it is. See? Here it is. But ultimately, we're going to want the bed to look quite different. And I'm not really sure how I plan to achieve it, to be honest. So this is going to be an awful lot of messing around with bits and bobs to try and get sort of that sleigh bed effect. And I think also we shouldn't forget that we can also build with essences, and sleigh beds usually have legs, and if we I've done this wrong. How do we build with them again? Is it this way? It's been a while. There we go. So these are quite nice legs, these dark wood things. So it could be that we start with some sort of leg setup so that the bed is raised. I wonder though, would this make it too raised? No, look, it's perfect. It's perfect. So we could make it so that these are the main legs for the bed. Oh, that would be amazing. And then we also need to consider sort of the sleigh bed bit, so like this might work quite well for the sleigh bed, to help get that sort of that look, that sleigh look. What else might help? These shapes might help. That's not impossible. So they're worth having out and considering for our bed. The bed is probably going to be the most complicated piece, and then once we've set how the bed looks, it's probably from there that the rest of the furniture will sort of match, to keep. We're going to want like a couple of bedside tables, and I'm thinking about a table at the end of the bed that I can put like that pile of shirts on and things like that, and all that sort of jazz. Yes. So this is what I've come up with so far. It's very big, isn't it? I'm not and this seems very tall. So I'm wondering about you know, the overall size of things. I mean, I can make all this look a bit thicker and fatter and all that sort of stuff. But I think first we should check for size, because look at the size of this thing. You know, maybe 2 of these boards either side each other is just a little too crazy. Shall we go and plonk this in the bedroom and just see if this has any hope of fitting? So here is our tiny little bedroom, which we want to mess with. So now, for a start, we're going to get rid of this window. And for now, we will bring these items out of the room, as they're not needed. For now, we will put that in the living room. We've got our shirts. Okay, and then we have our original bed, which we are now going to say goodbye to. Bye-bye. Off it goes. Right, so the focal point of the room. Da, 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 da. There it is. What do we think so far? This is our test fit of the bed, and actually it's not too bad, is it? I can't seem to get it quite central. So let's go. Don't mind the furniture, people. Oh, straight through into my underwear drawers. Look at this. Look, now. Oh, yeah. That's amazing. And this actually does leave plenty of space for bedside tables and a mirror and a chest of drawers, doesn't it? I mean, it absolutely does. And possibly even a small, it would need to be like a thin table, wouldn't it? A small, thin table. Yeah. Do you know, I rather like it. It's not as oversized as I thought it was going to be. So the next thing, actually the headboard and the footboard, they're not outrageous in size. They looked outrageous, and I think that's because we have like this nice little thin bit of wood here, which this is the level it has to be for the bed to function. But what we can do is decorate these sides a bit, so it gives the illusion of this being thicker. Well, not just the illusion, we're going to actually make it thicker. I suppose it gives the illusion that this will be thicker. And I think this bottom board we're going to break up into sections, so it looks like when we paint it that there is like a bedspread on it as well. I wonder what bedspread we're going to use. I wonder, oh my goodness, I have no idea. We'll have to try and find a fabric I like. Yes, so I think that's what we will try. She's having nightmares, so it might be best if she she gets up. So I'm very pleased with this so far. It's definitely got a sleigh bed sort of feel about it, considering, you know, I can't make this curved. Unless I had like billions of these, I suppose, and then it's not really curved, it's still pretty straight. So I think that, you know, given the tools that we have, this is pretty exciting stuff. Let's pick it up and go and carry on. Ta-da! So this is where we are now. So we've put some edges on it. Now they're extremely ornate, aren't they? And this is sort of going from a modern day looking sleigh bed and coming in closer to something at sort of the turn of last century, sort of very 1900s baby crib. I'm not sure. It's not quite what I had in mind, but I still like it. It's still pretty cool. I think that it definitely needed something at the sides for it to look not so, I don't know, naked and bare and stuff like that. And we can't actually make it look like it has nice plush sheets or anything. Wouldn't it be great if actually I could do something with, where are they? Like these ones here, you know? So it could look like that you had like plush cushions or whatever. But no, I'd have to put them lower down and then it's just like sleeping on bumps rather. Yeah, it's no good. It's no good. So it does have to be flat, but I think we've done an all right job. So the next part is painting it. And as I say, a lot of it I do actually want, oops, it'd be better if I selected the essence, to be this sort of matching dark wood. The bed will largely be, as you can see, which is a studious item. I've always said that if I was a MySim, chances are I would be a studious one. So I think we need to, well, studious and geeky. I think what we need to do is go out and get more of this wood, for sure. Now, there's also the bedspread to consider. And actually, as time's gone on, I mean, there are a couple of cute ones that I like. Like, I quite like this one. Oh, it looks like we might have to, look what we're going to have to do. Can you spot the problem? What we're going to have to do is actually rotate some of these pieces so that the patterns go on straight. And another one that's all right as well is probably that one. But for me, a little bit too cutesy, a little bit too garish. And actually, I've started to really like a couple of the fabrics that can be found in Spooky, including the black rose, right? I really like that. I think that's fab. This is the wrong way as well, isn't it? This is an outrage. I mean, this is... oh my god. Oh my god. This is crazy. How do I... oh my god. It's like I've forgotten how to control it all of a sudden. Did you see that? Right, okay. Right, okay, so... what were we doing? And then... You know, we could do like... I don't know. What's this? I'm not sure. But do you see? Do you see? So it looks like there's some sort of bedding there. These need spinning around as well. So I like the black rose a great deal, but I also rather like the spider. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, how nice is that? I think that's very nice. In fact, the spider for across here, regardless of what's going on, will probably look nicer. I'm not sure about that though. I'm not sure about that blue. Not sure about that blue because we're not having... That's not as nice. Do you know, I think what we're going to do, I think we're probably going to favour the spider for here and possibly even there, like that. Now, let's go back to the black rose. Oh. What about this? Oh my god. You know, should we have the spider here or should we be considering... I mean, that almost looks black. It's almost... Well, I mean, it's a black rose. It probably is black, isn't it? But... Shut up! But I'm thinking that maybe... You know, we use the spider for these accent pieces. I think that might be nice so that it does have a bit of colour and isn't just... I quite like that. But look at these. These need spinning around so that the flowers are pointing. Can you see the right way? Oh, place. Do you see? And then patterns line up and whatnot. Yes. Oh. Why? Why did you do this? This is not nice. There we go. So I think this is sort of the look that we're going to be going for, and we shall start repeating this through the bedroom with, I'm going to build some bedside tables, a new mirror, and what was it? Chest of drawers and a table. Gosh, so much to do. So we know that we're after the shrubs, not the trees, because the trees give light wood, but like, see these shrubs over here? These shrubs are going to give us dark wood, which is exactly what we want. Look at that. Look at that. What was that? That was sunflower. Okay, so let's stomp this out. The same rule applies all the time. If you cut the tree down, we plant one in its place. And that's what we're going to do here. And then we're just... Oh, look at it. I enjoy growing plants and that in Viva Pinata. We're going to play that one day. Yes, we are. Let's water this. Oh, this is where she drowns the little sapling. Any more around here? Oh, look at this. Yes, there is. Now, I have no idea how much dark wood we really need. I probably should have counted that and double-checked, but I didn't. So, we shall get a good amount. Oh, water it. But we have to just sort of run around finding shrubs. Finding shrubs. Oh, do you know a good place would probably be the forest, right? I think there's a few purple plants there. They're all sort of shrubs. And I think there's a couple on the way. I think there's like a rose bush over here. And oh, join book party. Okay. Rajmanov. Hello. Is it Natalia? I wanted to call her Natalie, but of course it's not her name. So we just sit here and... This book is very cute. I like this book. She's like, dear, I am not interested in anything you have to say. Will you please read quietly? Ah, and then what do we get pencils from this if we... Yeah. We do. Good. Look, see here. Look. Let's chop this down. Pow! Yellow blossom. Dash dried. Let's put a plant. Yellow blossom. Sherble. Sherble. She's just trying to walk into the bench. Do that thing where you walk over it and the bench falls backwards. I like that. Right. Oh, she's... I can't make it home. The bench is in the way. So what I'm going to do is just have another book club. And now we're going to chop this one down. How many have we? Hey, Travis. Hello, Travis. Hey, thank you, Travis. That's the benefit of being best friends with with these Sims. You see, they see you and they get all happy and excited. Now, while we have a few bits of furniture going into the room, the bed and the vanity unit are probably the two that are going to require the most attention. And the vanity unit is going to be it's going to be tricky. We're going to use the sculpture for it so that it doesn't function. And then that just allows us to be able to put like sort of lots of little bottles on top and things like that, and put a little stool in place. It means that we can make it quite slim and slender because the room is going to have a lot of stuff in it. So we need to make sure that there's plenty of room. The building staple for the room, of course, at the moment is dark wood. I was saying hardwood because I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley. So our vanity unit is going to have these legs because everything does. Now, the general length of the vanity unit is probably something like this. So let's see. I think that's quite a good... So we just need to come out one more, which I should have been able to work out from the graph paper on the floor. But whatever. Whatever. It's 1.5. That's fine. Now, yeah, we're probably not going to want it to be... we're going to need it to be taller than this, of course, but we're probably not going to want it to be too deep. Otherwise, I don't think there'll be... It'll look really cramped in the room. I mean, it's already going to look quite cramped, I think, in the room. Now, another thing is I like the idea of the desk perhaps having a bit of a curve in it. But look at that's huge. I mean, that's probably far too big. And this is like far too deep. What about maybe something a bit more subtle? Maybe something a little more subtle like this. I don't know. It's very tricky to know what to do for the bed. That's not terrible, is it? It's not terrible. I do wish that we had ones like this, but just a bit smaller, like curved in a lot faster. I think that would be really nice, but I don't think we do. I really don't think we do have anything like that at all. So what do I do? I don't know. Well, I mean, there can be a drawer section here, so we could make this because there is probably going to be drawers for this part. So maybe we could have a central drawer to help us hide all this nonsense. So, I mean, that would suggest then, because we would want this curve to come all the way up to hide the fact that we've got this. don't know. How tall are we going to want it? I think if I remember correctly, desks are about this tall. Yeah, so we're getting pretty close to it. So if we, this is about the height we want the vanity unit to be. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think it's fair to say that I have now built all the furniture that I want for this room. So shall we plonk them all in, and then I will give you a tour of the pieces of furniture, and then we'll need to decorate the room, paint it, make it look nice, make it match, because we don't want this, do we? So let's see here. Let's go into decorate my house. And let's start plopping down furniture. It's all in here. There's been quite a bit of tweaking going on. So we've seen the bed. Here is the bed. Look at how it slows down when it's pulling these bits of furniture in. They're a bit detailed. This house is getting a bit crowded. Okay, so there is our bed, our sleigh bed. Okay, and now I have made with it a dresser. Look at this. I have a dresser. And I also made a bedside table. It's a bit of a big one. It's all sort of quite ornate, but I've tried to make it all match. That's the bedside table. Then we've made the table that goes at the end of the bed, about there. Goes, and then our shirts go on there like that. Let's turn that might be better. And then will that go a bit closer? Ooh. Yes. That looks a bit better. Right, and then what else have we got here? Oh, I said I wanted a mirror, and there it is. We've added a lampshade to the mirror setup. Matches this one and the bedspread, and it just helps bring that together, eh? And one last piece of furniture is the vanity unit. Look at it. Yay! With all my nail varnish. Ah, that's so lovely. Right, okay, so there you go. It's caught up. It's caught up. So here it is. Here's the bedroom. Shall we take no, we won't take a closer look at it now. Let's finish decorating it. So I think what is straight up simple and won't take a lot of thought is the skirting board. It probably should just match the rest of the room. Boom. Doesn't really look like it does match the rest of the room, does it? It looks like I've used something completely different, but there we are. Now, I don't think that this fabric can be repeated anywhere without it sort of being a bit too much. I think, but also this sort of maroon colour might also on the walls prove to be a little too much. So we could make it the carpet maybe. The carpet. It's this. It doesn't move well. This screen. It's not. I mean, why can't I can't see? I can't see in there. Right. Yes. So, but I think if we do, oh, I don't know. Maybe dark is good, isn't it? You know. I mean, this is where we sleep at night. You know. Maybe dark would be nice. I do think that is a bit much. What if we put? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a bit much, isn't it? This looks like a different colour to what we've been using here, but this is the colour I've been using all throughout the room. I swear! It's all been spitter. Looks like a slightly different shade, doesn't it? It really does. It really does. Now, when I set out to paint this room, I didn't think I'd end up with brown. And I didn't know that spades would have a brown shade, but there we are. It does, and actually this looks okay. I'm not sure it's perfect, but you know, we've got to go with what we have. And actually, this is not too bad. It's nice and calming and relaxing. It is. Let's go and have a look around. Look. We've got a little glass pot and lampshade, you know, and this functions too, so we can actually change our outfit here, and then we've got a little vanity unit, which is just a sculpture, so we can't use it in any way. But look, oh, the nail varnish. I like nail varnish. I do like nail varnish. I like to have silly colours on my nails and lots of more glass pots and things, and the vanity mirror, and then the mirror that actually lets you change your look, your hair and stuff, with a nice floor standing lampshade. And then we've got like our dresser with some books and a vase, our bed to sleep on, somewhere to put our pile of shirts. The only thing I would say is that maybe a picture here, it might benefit from a picture here. Don't we actually have? And look at this. This is quite a mysterious piece. Might put that there. I don't think I have any paintings as such, do I? I mean, well, look, so I have Flipper's self-portrait mosaic. Which is huge. Look at it. I'm thinking no. Thinking absolutely not. And then that's it. Apart from the one that we've put up there, that Sunrise Avenue movie poster. I mean, that's it. We've exhausted all of our painting options. Seems like a bit of a shame. We've got lots more decoratives to come though. So maybe at some point we will revisit Blarla's house, you know, when we've got absolutely everything, and just see if there's any tweaks we want to make. That might be nice, because I think there's a part of me that's probably going to redo the kitchen at some point. When I painted this kitchen, we didn't have a lot of options available to us. It's not because I was like, yeah, I want a red and green kitchen. So, there probably will be a bit of tweaking going on, but it's got to be said, I'm really pleased with this room. It's come out a lot better than I was expecting. I didn't know it would look quite this nice, and I think I've gone for ornate more than sort of opulent. You know, I've not covered it in gold and stuff, but it is quite ornate. Grand, studious. You know, it really does fit the old studious Sims, doesn't it? And look, so 59% is studious. Our kitchen, which is quite a big room, is what's contributing that 72%. But I'm actually quite surprised just how much spooky I've put into this room. But I'm pleased that I have. I think it's really, really helped. The only thing I suppose I'm looking at now is like these lampshades. There wasn't really a lampshade size that sort of felt right. But maybe we could put another one of those on top, but flip it, you know. Maybe something like that. So I might change the lampshades at some point. In fact, I might do it now and see what it's like. Let's do one and see what it's like. What do we think? I'm thinking this looks a little bit like a hamburger carton. I'm not sure whether I like it or not. I shall keep it for now, but if you preferred it the other way, let me know in the comments below which one you preferred, this one or the last one, and then maybe I'll change it back if you peeps preferred the other design, because I'm not sure about this. What? Hello, Violet. Hello. Why did you go in there? Why? What's in there you want to see? Just my clothes. Look, my holster tops and things apparently I wear. Stop it. Get out, Violet. Get out. I know that you must like this room and everything, but stop it. Stop it. It's been a really long day, hasn't it, Blarla? It has indeed. We've done lots of work. Look at this. Room's looking great. I'm really liking this room. I'm so pleased. But I think it is now time for bed, isn't it, Blarla? Yes. Yes, it is indeed. It's time for bed. Ah. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, please hit that like button. As long as you are here, why not check out one of my delectable videos available? Feel free to come stalk me on social media, and be sure to share this video with friends so even more may watch my schizwa. See you next time, peeps.